welcome back to Dubsy Bricks for another episode of Building Gotham City in Lego. This week I'm going to carry on working on the courthouse. This is what we got done several months ago, and there were some pillars at the front here. However, they got removed during the move, so I just need to find them out from somewhere. A couple of things I'm considering doing with this build. First thing is removing it from the mills plate. I want to have it so I can potentially place this building in the city at a slight angle, a little bit like Brickcrafts does in his city. With that, you just place it on tiles, a couple of jumper plates, keep it all in place, and it just enables you to have a more natural look, as it's very rare to see in a city everything is perfectly square. So it'd be just nice to add a little bit more variety should I wish to do so. That's the first thing I need to decide whether to do that. The other is potentially changing the colour, adding some light tan in between the light bluish grey. I've been looking for inspiration online, and I've seen a lot of buildings where they've used the light bluish grey and the light tan colours together, and it does go really well together. I might experiment and on this side add some light tan and see how it looks compared to the other side, and then if it does look good, then I'm going to carry on with that colour scheme throughout the entire build. So let's get some bricks out, let's start experimenting and see what it looks like. And here we have some different window options. This is the original one in the light bluish grey. I did try the light tan, however, it didn't look right. There was something about it I wasn't happy with. So I went over to the dark tan, and this one I'm a lot more happy with. So I'm just going to change all 5 windows over so they're the same, see how it looks, and if it looks good, that's the way we go forward. On the front here, I did put some light tan in the centre pillars there, but again, not convinced that that is the look I'm looking for. So let's make those changes and see how it comes out. And that's the 5 windows all changed over, and I'm a lot happier having this in the dark tan as opposed to the other 2 colours. I think it just breaks up the grey on there, as this building is going to have a lot of the light bluish grey on there. So let's replicate this on the other side, and then I can carry on building the building up. And there's been yet more changes to this ground floor. I decided I wanted to extend the ground floor by about 3 bricks. So initially I put an additional window in the bottom here. It didn't look right, changed it over to the masonry bricks, still wasn't 100% happy. Although I do like this colour combination, I'm not sure if it is actually what I want on this building. So on this side I changed it over and went for the dark bluish grey on the bottom, and then went back to using the grey around the windows, light bluish grey that is, and much happier with the look of that. So I've decided that is the route I'm going to take. So all I need to do is replicate that on the other side, and then raise this beam up at the front here that's going to be above the doors that go into the courthouse. I think having the much bigger doors is going to give it that grander effect. With the pillars here, I'm going to be using this effect all the way across. I haven't got anywhere near enough of these bricks. I can't find the ones that I did have, so I'll probably just build the pillars up using the masonry bricks. That will enable me to carry on building the section that's going to be overhanging here, and then I'll be able to carry on building at the back there. And I'm just turning my attention to the back of the mock here, and I had this wall here originally on a jumper plate, so it was only half a stud back. However, what I'm contemplating doing is trying to do the scales of justice actually on this wall. So I'll put some snot bricks on there and then put some tiles on and see if I can do some form of scale of justice on there. So that's the next thing we're going to try and see how it comes out. And there are the scales of justice on the back wall there. I do like how the scales come out. However, I'm not convinced by this back wall. There's something on there that doesn't look quite right. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to put a doorway in the back, just in the corner here. As once people have been in the courthouse, if they're found guilty, the police might want to, the police are obviously going to be taking them out to take them to prison, and I think it'd be better that they come out of a back door as opposed to the front of the courthouse. So I'm just going to make that amendment to there. I'm going to shift these scales across there. It's quite easy to do as these are all in sections, and then we'll see if that improves the look of the back of it. And there's the revision to the back of the courthouse. I've now got the door here. I put this jumper plate on some headlight bricks, and I'm going to have a lamp that comes out over the back door. And up here I've put a clip, and that's going to be for a security camera pointing down on that back door there. On the front of the building, there's been a little bit more progress made around here as well. I've now got the pillars all up in place. I managed to find enough of these out. I had to go with a smooth one at the bottom as I was 4 short, but I quite like the way that it goes from the smooth into the ribbed effect. And then on the top here, as you can see, I've put the dark bluish grey line, so the dark bluish grey triangle shape on here, and that's going to be for the roof to slope on top of that. Next up, we're going to just concentrate on doing the roof section that will be going on here, the sloped roof. Not sure whether this is a steep enough angle. I probably might make it a little bit steeper. Then once I've done that, I'll make a support structure that mirrors this on the back there so the slopes can go on top of it. And then I'll tile off the top of the building. And that's the front roof section on the courthouse, all finished off, and really happy with how that's looking. It's put together using some of the little clip pieces there and the modified plates, and they're on the bricks there. So these bricks do attach to the actual build itself, so it will all be kept in place. This centre section just here, it's a 2x2 snot brick, and then I've had to use the tap piece here connected to another modified plate, which is now enabling me to put it onto this part here. And the reason I've used the tap is the gap just here isn't one stud wide, it's just under. So the tap bit helps me to get through the gap. Then obviously the plate on top of that enables me to clip it into the actual main plate, which is holding all the cheese wedges. But that's all nice firmly in place and looking good. Next up, do the tiling at long last, and then I can make a start on the next part up. And that's the next floor all in place, and it just slides off of the tiles just there. Need to put more filler plate all the way around here to reinforce it, and then tile it all off whatever floor pattern I decide upon. The hole at the back there, that's obviously for the stairs leading up to this area. So now I've done that, let's build the walls up. And just checking in one final time for this update, and here is the top floor, and a lot happier with how this is coming along now. Slight amendments to the windows around the side here, but I do like having the extra pillar just sticking out there. I will be tiling off all of this edge here. Whether or not I put cheese wedges on there, I'm not sure just yet, but I think it keeps the pattern going very similar by having the cylinders on both floors. On the back here, it's just a plain wall with the arches and then the modified bricks going down. And then obviously we've got the scales of justice on the bottom there. And I'm really pleased with how they've come out. Still need to work out what I'm going to be doing above this now. And I do want it to go a little bit higher, but there won't be another floor as such on there. So whether I do some sort of tower with a clock on maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, there will be a little bit more added to that. But I love how the roof section came out, this whole front bit. I put some snot bricks, as you can see, on the walls that go back there. Now, this one bit here, I'm not 100% sold on yet. I'd love the way that it goes back by 2 studs, but whether or not I keep the masonry bricks here, I'm not sure. I may change over the masonry bricks for a smooth brick. the snot brick is so I can add something to the wall detail wise. So where I put handcuffs on there and other little details, I'm not sure, but I'll have a think about that over the coming week and then make a decision on that. Still need to add the door frames on here as well, and the doors. As you can see, it is still on the mills plate as well, and I'm going to leave it on the mills plate for the time being. I did want to do it so that it was a standalone building and I could put it in any angle in the city, and it's very easy for me to do that, so I can do that further down the line, but for the time being I'm just going to leave it on this plate. Anyway, that's all we got time for. Hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham or building Mandalore, please share the channel with them. Anyway, thanks for popping on by. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.